I'm Amy.
I'm Delia.
And I'm Wendell. And welcome to
Yes, But
Why
Podcast. Yeah.
It's the early morning like jock jam shit
If
that
we
you
could
listen
do,
to in traffic.
and then we do we have the xylophone background, but then it's like boom, boom, bing.
He's so good.
All we need is 3 notes. Come on, I'll get you a rainbow xylophone.
That sounds like
and you're in.
Yeah.
Welcome to 9 o'clock, or 93.7 with glasses, and glasses.
We know you can't see us, but that's what's happening.
Our guest on the show today, more glasses.
Speaking of which, welcome, Colin, to the Yes But Why podcast. Happy to have you. Any idea what you're in for?
No.
Great.
Wendell said it was about art.
Ish. Like, we try to stick to that.
Performance.
Sometimes we...
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like, we follow the tangent of the thought, so it's like, normally a question leads to some dirt road that we'll go down that we may or may not be happy that we did.
Cool.
And,
I've only cut out a couple of things.
yeah, like, I don't know,
had
the
a
past
few,
couple of
like-
ones have just stopped being about art pretty quickly and just got, like, just friends talking. And,
Well,
like,
the other thing that's
backstories.
interesting that sort of led us to call it Yes But Why had to do with the idea of, we're in an artistic lifestyle, and that generally lends to being a little bit more interested in figuring out why things happen. And so we interview people who have artistic lifestyles and then just chat about life and follow the paths of why would you do that? Why? And that's why Wendell always has these really intense questions. So you got one? You got one like on the...
Sure.
Ready?
Because, like, I've talked about saying this one, but I've never got the actual...
No, we're doing it.
The nerve to do it.
All right.
And I think I've posed this to you guys, like, after. So, let's say that a scenario is played out to where your partner and your father have switched bodies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the only way to switch them back is to have sex with one of them. What do you do? Pop quiz, hotshot.
So it's like Freaky Friday,
It's like Freaky Friday,
I hate
But
this
you
question.
know.
but you know.
You know, and they know because they're not in their own bodies.
They know.
What if? Okay, I think it's worse if they don't know. Like they just have no idea why you're having. Like your dad's
They
like,
would-
"Why are you
they-
doing this?"
They would know, because they could go to the mirror and be like, oh, I'm his dad now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
like
that's how
in
they
this,
figure it out.
in this
Freaky
weird
Friday.
magical universe, maybe that's something they can't do. Maybe they look in the mirror and they see themselves.
I would roofie myself.
Okay, and then just hope one of them.
Well, we'd have to make some kind of arrangement.
See, I was thinking.
Roofing myself.
I don't want to remember.
No,
it.
roofie's all around, but let's say that's cheating.
Why?
I think you can only roofie one person.
Me. I'm roofing me.
But you're the one that has to do the fucking.
Okay, if somebody's roofied, just throwing this out there. If somebody's roofied, why not roofie the boyfriend, and then he passes out? He's the boyfriend. You do it to him.
See, I would think
Done.
I would roofie my dad in my boyfriend's body because
Well,
it
Yeah,
looks
that's
like
what I
my
mean.
boyfriend.
Yeah, that's logical.
I mean, it looks like my
Because then
boyfriend.
you look
my
like
dad
it's
wouldn't
your
have-
boyfriend.
Yeah, like just straight chloroform him and take it down. But that's pretty much what I think I would do, and just in the sense of like try to make it very gentle so that I don't wake them either. Because that would suck. You just wake up, find your child doing that.
I mean, but would it be that crazy if you were like aware that the only way to solve the problem that you're in was that your like child had to have sex potentially with you? And I know that's horrible. I know that it's horrible, but I'm just saying it's either like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, if I were the dad, I'd be like, listen, I'm cool with this. I don't need to switch your nice
Here's my
mother
younger
body.
body.
I'm fine. I don't see why we need to do this. In fact, I feel like the dad would disappear.
Yeah,
He'd never be
it's-
able to do it with
it's
us.
like
What
depending
you're
on-
proposing is unethical, so I am therefore going to Mexico.
It's like, well, my partner's a coward, so I wouldn't even be able to get my hands on him before he just disappeared.
That's a rough question.
Yeah, see, it's.
I wonder if then, say the dad in the young body disappears because he's like, sweet. when immediately your partner in the body of your dad loves you and tries to like get back and is like, but baby, don't you love me even no matter what I look like? And you're like, well, literally you could look like anything but not this one
Except
thing.
for that one.
This
Yeah.
one particular
that's,
look.
Pretty bad.
That would be the sad post, would be the guy walking down the street alone
Just
because
make
no
him
one
get
will love him
cosmetic surgery.
to look like anything else.
Yeah, to look like literally, I don't know, just move your nose over here and, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, they do those.
Shave the mustache. Dye your hair.
Look, it's just like, hey, go,
You gotta
you
put
know,
some effort.
Put glasses on him.
Yeah.
it's like those-
I'll never figure it
whatever,
out.
go enjoy retired life, you know? Like, you know, like you went from 20 to not having to do anything now you get a pension. Get, like, back off. But,
Ouch.
then
he has to go do it with your mom.
that's what I would do if I were put in that scenario.
I'm sorry, you do it with your mom.
No, like, if that happened to my girlfriend and I got switched in the body with her dad.
What?
Like, if I were on the receiving end of this being a bad thing, you know, like, if it were my girlfriend being put in a scenario where her boyfriend and her dad had switched bodies,
Mm-hmm.
I would threaten to go sleep with her mom to get her dad to, like, get in line with this whole thing. Like,
That's very complicated.
I know, but I mean, why not? Like, why not just open up every opportunity here to talk about these things?
I think you should write a treatment and sell it to Universal.
There were 7 or 8 of these movies made. I
Yeah.
mean, I remember the
They
one with
didn't
Fred
involve a lot of
Savage,
fucking, though.
and
Let's,
then they had one with Kirk Cameron. So I'm just saying, and Dudley Moore, and I feel
watched-
like there's a lot of, you know, you could do this.
It's not really a body
Hall Pass.
switching movie, but I
Hall
watched
Pass.
13 going on
That's
30.
another one?
Hall Pass.
Yeah, it's got
No.
Jason Bateman,
and
Ryan
Reynolds,
Reynolds,
but
and they switched.
Oh, God,
lives.
you're right.
no, that was just called The Switch. Hall
No,
Pass was
that's
the
a different
one.
one.
It's a different.
The Switch is a different movie. The Switch is where,
Jason Bateman and
Jason-
Jennifer Aniston are
Get-
friends.
yeah, and
I
then
thought Hall
But,
Pass was
yeah.
the Jason Sudeikis one where it's
The
like...
Fairley Brothers.
You're right,
yeah,
where
it
they
is
get
Jason
Hall Passes from
Sudeikis.
their wives to go sleep with somebody else.
It's Jason.
that's
Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis, not Jason
I
Bateman.
would have swore it was The Switch or The Swap or
Wait, is there one called
The
The Swap?
Switcheroo.
God.
But in none of these movies do the people end up having sex with them.
Yeah, they don't have to
There's no sex.
have sex to
Yeah,
solve the problem.
that comes up sometimes. Like I'm
There's-
pretty
there's
sure in The Swap it was
freaky
like
situations, but it's not like
whether he
you
was
have
gonna
to
sleep with
do
his
them
wife.
to get your partner back or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that's an unusual condition. What's the like moral connection you think? You know what I mean? Like you pose this question, what's the like thing that we're I don't know, learning or
I don't know. I think the
with-
real answer is to murder them both and bury the lamp back where you found it and just walk away and just start a new
there's
life.
a lamp?
I think, or whatever thing. I would think a genie did this to you because genies are bad sometimes. Or you could have just really worded a wish just so
Genies
terribly
love
that happened.
Granting wishes in a really literal or very bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
They
they're
live
in
for
it
it.
for they're tricksters for sure. They're not
But-
in it for providing people with a good time.
Like if that happens, yeah, it's just like, all right, so we just walk away. We just all we'll never see each other again, and we just figure our shit out, you know.
The change up.
The
is
change
what
up.
it's called.
Ah.
Yeah, it's called
Wow.
the change up.
Creative name.
Wow.
Their pee streams get crossed, and that's how they switch. I think.
I think like that's
that
the most
should
like
be a great movie, but I don't think that it is based on what I've heard.
it's really
Looks
obscene.
terrible.
I don't know. It's kind of like there's some really just gross poop stuff in there. And
That's the Ryan Reynolds one?
Mhm.
Deadpool is the first Ryan Reynolds movie that I liked.
Oh no.
Hold on.
No, Ryan Reynolds is in a great movie called Buried, which is just
I don't know that
him in a goddamn coffin, buried alive.
Okay,
And he
watch
like
that.
wakes up in the coffin and like deals with it, and he's got his cell phone with him, and he's like, turns out, I mean, like, I'm not giving much away here, but like, you know, they establish the reasons why he's been put under there, like what happened, who's messing with him, like, but most of the movie is just him. Like, it's just this shot of him freaking out, doing things, and he just goes through this, like, I don't know. He does a really good job of developing this whole story just by himself. And I just really liked it. And I got, like, all this respect for him as an actor after that. I was like, hey, man, you know, they've been putting him in these crazy roles for a long time. Pays the bills. Sounds good to me. I'd do it. So, who am I to judge? They could make me literally any ridiculous character, and I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I got it.
If the money was good, I'd be in a lot of bad movies.
Right?
I don't
So,
care.
who cares?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't judge. But I know
wish-
he's good, because Buried was great.
I wish they had those movies they had in the 90s that were just like gross booby comedies. You know, like Adam Sandler, that Going Overboard was like one of his first movies, and he's just like this goofball on a cruise, and it's just full of boobs and drinking.
More R-rated
and stuff like
comedies
that.
would be good.
Yeah, like I don't know, like Meatballs and stuff like that.
I'm not a big Kevin Smith fan, but
Booty Call.
Mallrats that's good. But it was like a throwback to 80s comedies.
Yeah, and
Where
it was
you could just have nudity wherever all the time.
it just it replaced like comic book dialogue with boobs or bikinis or whatever.
Mostly you don't see those too much anymore. You know what I mean? Like ones that are... I mean, the super objectify-y ones are generally in the B level.
Yeah, like National Lampoon's pumps out like
Looking
Yeah, tons of
through,
those. And there's a ton of
secret
American
holes
Pie
and
crap.
walls is sort of not... Spying on people while they're changing is looked down on now.
Yeah, they're
For
not
some
into
reason,
it
it
as
was okay
much.
before.
Yeah, it was totally fine.
It was completely okay for
We were rooting for those. Those were
first
the heroes. of this
270
story.
years of our republic.
Have you guys ever seen, and I'm sure, I feel like you probably have, Trading Places?
Yeah.
So, when Trading Places, you know, the rich guy switches with the poor guy. When Eddie Murphy is in the house and he has a party in the house, there's not one but two different ladies who are like, hey, guess what? I'm going to take my top off and be like totally surprised that you react in the way that you do to me topless as I dance for you. Two separate ladies at this party. And sometimes when I watch that scene, I think to myself, who does that? When's that happening? Now, I've seen it happen, sure, in life. But, like, in the way that they put it in the movie, it was so gratuitous, just in its own way. Like, it was like, give me a context of any kind. Give me literally a person that was flirting with this woman seconds before. Give me I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Put
like
a hot tub in the scene.
It's like Daytona.
Yeah. Give me
Daytona
a
Beach
reason to
was
take
just
your
like,
top off.
like Daytona Beach was just pumping out like blonde bimbos like at a like max capacity, I think, in like the 80s and 90s. Because like I just remember like just big hair, big girls in bikinis, and like movies where it doesn't even like necessarily make sense, like the end of Caddyshack and shit. You know, like
No, there's a lot of, you know, feminism, and they're trying to stay away from the old objectifying thing.
I mean Budweiser
I think it's
commercials.
silly. I mean, like, the overall objectifying, I think, is mostly not so much.
Yeah.
But, like, movies like the Charlie's Angels movies with Drew Barrymore or whatever, those are both kick-ass lady movies and total objectifying movies at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, man, everybody gets what they want out of this movie, right? I like watching them. They're kicking butt. They're winning. They always win. It's all good to me. I like it. Everybody they fall in love with, you know, turns out to be a bad guy, of course, because they're ladies. And then, you know, but there's also, like, ridiculous scenes at the end where they, like, wash a car.
Yeah.
They don't have to wash a car.
And it's like either way, all three of those like women are like accomplished actors, so it's like they're not really lowering themselves or debasing themselves in a way that they're not like aware of, I think.
But
either,
I don't
you know?
even think, what I'm saying is, like, there used to be those movies like you're talking about,
Yeah,
like Meatballs or whatever, where, like, women would just, like, run, like, en masse, like, without their tops on, and, like, no character needed to be established. But now it's like, hey. And then people were mad about it because, you know, oh, hey, I'm not just boobs.
Yeah.
Let me have a character. Let this happen, whatever. Great. So that now we have these other kinds of movies. Now, some people still think it's bad or whatever, but I don't know. Everything can't be realistic.
Yeah, Murphy Brown just came through and just like really like set a new
Feminism
standard.
ruined movies.
Shoulder pads for everyone.
Also, I feel like Murphy Brown not the catalyst of feminism.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. She was just so serious. I
More
remember
of the
that as a kid.
whipping dog of conservatives who hate feminism.
That made feminism better.
No, like Murphy Brown was like, her head was on a pike for years and years and years, and it didn't work because people liked